supply is it could be direct or indirect. So the first one here is direct cold water supply. Okay, so please read this description on your own because I'm gonna explain it by showing this picture. Okay, so this is the figure of direct cold water supply for a domestic house like the one that we have. Okay, so the main pipe comes from the town main or a local authority water supply. Okay, then it goes through the ground level, all right, because we normally place this main pipe on the ground level. Then from that main supply, it goes to the main valve, all right, and then goes to water meter. Then it goes again to the underground and enter the house. Then, then the first thing, there's a pipe directly from supply to the kitchen, okay, basin as well as the water supply. Sorry, WC. WC stand for water closet. Then it goes to the bathroom, okay, for the second floor. Sorry, first floor. Then the rest will go to the cold water feed system. Okay, and from cold water feed system, then the pipe goes for the hot water cylinder, right? So this is called direct cold water supply. Direct means the water supply from the water supply pipe goes direct to kitchen, bathroom, as well as the toilet. Okay, and only a small amount of that goes to cold water feed system and hot water cylinder. All right. Next one is indirect cold water supply. Okay. So please read this description on your own. I'm gonna explain it by using the picture. All right. So this is the picture of indirect cold water supply. Actually, the one that we normally have at home is belong to this type. Okay, indirect cold water supply. So similar to direct cold water supply, the pipe comes from the main supply. Then we got supposedly we should got this so-called gooseneck here. This gooseneck is actually a shape of a pipe, okay, a little bit bent. Okay, we will touch on the purpose of gooseneck later. All right. Then the pipe goes to the main valve as well as the water meter, and it must be above the ground so that we can see the water meter. Then it goes to underground again, then enter the house. Okay, it goes to the kitchen, right? And the main pipe will go to the water system here, and from water system then it goes to the toilet and bathroom, right? So the main difference is that the supply go to the kitchen and the rest goes to water system, and the water that we got from toilet and bathroom actually comes from this water system. Okay, so that's why when you got the a problem with the water supply, first thing that you notice is that there is no water supply to the kitchen, but you got water supply in the toilet and bathroom, because those water in the toilet and bathroom actually come from water system. All right, so we got, so that is a indirect call. So this is called direct system of hot water supply. So hot water supply could be direct or indirect too, similar to the cold water supply, but the piping is definitely different. All right. I mean, the pipe for cold water is different than the hot water supply, right? So in this example, is the direct system of hot water supply. So water supply comes from the water supply tank. This is cold water supply, all right? So cold water supply goes to heater. And another part of the heating system is called boiler. Boiler is like a big kettle, okay? Big kettle to store the hot water. And that hot water will pump into the piping system, and part of that will go to the kitchen as well as bathroom and toilet. Okay, and the overflow pipe is provided so that hot water, if not in use, will goes back to the cold water supply tank here. So it's called direct hot water supply because the hot water is supplied direct from heater to the kitchen, toilet, and bathroom. Okay. Then this one is called indirect hot water supply. So indirect hot water supply, similar to the direct hot water supply, the water supply, cold water supply comes from the water supply tank, then goes to heater, then goes to the boiler. And from heater and boiler, it goes first thing to the expansion and feed system first. And this feed system normally located above the bathroom or kitchen. And hot water from this expansion and feed system then supply to the kitchen, toilet, and bathroom. And part of that will overflow back to the cold water supply tank. All right. So the difference between indirect and direct hot water supply is that indirect hot water supply, first thing from the heater and boiler, it goes to feed and goes to the expansion and feed system first, and from this expansion and feed system, then it goes to kitchen, toilet, and bathroom, right? And this one is the indirect hot water supply to multi-story building. In this example, it's a 3-story building. Okay, so the cold water storage system supply water to the heater as well as the boiler. Okay, and then the hot water supply goes to the kitchen, toilet, and bathroom. Okay, and part of that also goes for the indirect hot water supply. All right, so indirect hot water supply goes to expansion and feed system first, then it goes to these radiators or towel rail. Okay, this radiator actually used for a country with winter season. You know, they need heater. So this hot water is supplied to this heater, right? And for us, we don't need this one. We using this part. So for us, cold water supply goes to the heater and boiler, and then okay, from that it goes to this secondary circuit to kitchen, toilet, and bathroom, right? People did using this perhaps for very luxury condominium, okay, because you know this system is very expensive to be maintained and installed, right? So this is the special sink unit for Matthew Hall Garchi system. As you can see, it's using a special kind of sink. So it got plug here. Yeah. So if we pull this plug, then we may place our rubbish, and definitely kind of rubbish that we can dispose through this system is a soft rubbish, not hard rubbish like wood, stone, and plastic. All right, otherwise it will be blocked inside this piping system. Okay, or in other words, we can only dispose organic rubbish only. All right. So this is also Garchi system, but this one is belong to a type called two pipe, and this system combine the piping from toilet. So this is toilet, water closet from the toilet, and from the kitchen. So for two pipe, first pipe is from the kitchen, second is from the toilet. So it's divide the pipe. This is to avoid the smell, you know, smell from the toilet enter the kitchen. Okay. This one is a single stack Garchi system. So single stack is actually combine the pipe, okay, one pipe only, which is apply for both toilet and kitchen as well as bathroom. All right, so that is single stack. So remember, double stack or a two pipe system, divide the pipe, first pipe from the kitchen, second from the toilet and bathroom. Okay. Move on. This one is called zinc grinder. Zinc grinder may be incorporated or combined with the garbage system because, you know, it's a grinder. It's grind the rubbish into small particle. Okay, so of course it's using grinder, and the grinder is actually placed below the sink. So if we want to dispose our rubbish, we pull the plug, then place our rubbish into this grinder, switch on the grinder to grind that rubbish or a waste into small particle. Then after a while, we may flush that, okay, flush the rubbish into the pipe. It could be single pipe or double pipe garbage system. Okay, so that is a waste disposal system in the building, right? So before that, we need to know the categories of solid waste or refuse. First one is called domestic waste, comes from ashes, food, paper, bottles, etc. Second category is called commercial waste, which is a waste paper from office, stationery, catering waste, carton, etc. And the third category is called industrial waste. And this one is a waste material produced by industries, toxic, offensive, and dangerous. So remember, there are three categories of solid waste or refuse. And collection system in the building. Remember, for a very high building or multi-story building, we need a system so that we can dispose our waste without having going down and then up again. So can you imagine you are bringing your waste by using lift, and then people smell your waste, they see you are holding that waste. So imagine if you are living in like luxury condominium, then it's very inconvenient. So we civil engineer must provide collection system for the solid waste so that very convenient for the occupants. They don't have to going down up for the purpose of dispose their waste. All they have to do just go to the collection system on their level. All right, then there is a many collection system that they may use. First is called refuse chute. Second, Garchi. Garchi, we already touched on Garchi, okay, before this. Remember Matthew Hall Garchi system, it's using a special kind of sinks. Then a sink grinder may be incorporated into Garchi system. Then number 4 is called Technocum. Technocum is actually similar to refuse chute. We will touch on that later. And number 5, of course, a dustbin lah. So if that is a cheap collection system, then you don't have to install it. Just place the dustbin, right? Chute. Okay, this is the refuse chute. So this is the pivot, and this is the hopper. So when we open this hopper, we place the rubbish. Then we let go of the rubbish so that the rubbish will fall down to the big dustbin on the ground floor. Okay. And Technocum is actually a refuse chute, but it's combined together several buildings into one collection chamber. So don't have the dustbin, because the refuse chute will goes to the underground, and several buildings will do the same thing, so that all these refuse chute on the underground connected together into one collection chamber. So the lorry or the waste vehicle will suck this rubbish, okay, from one collection chamber. So that is called Technocum. This one actually used in Sweden, but other countries is unknown to use this system. All right, the system is called Technocum. All right, move on. Sanitary incineration.